Is it wrong for a Christian to invest? What does the Bible say? Have you ever asked yourself if investing money is bad for a Christian? Does accumulating wealth offend God? Or have we misunderstood what the Bible actually says? Stay with me, because today we are going to break myths, discover powerful biblical truths. Then, you will have a new perspective that could change your financial and spiritual life forever. And if you are passionate about growing in purposeful finances, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Here we speak clearly, with the Bible in hand and our feet on the ground. Welcome to Finances with Purpose. Where does the idea that investing is wrong come from? Many Christians believe that investing is greedy, or even worldly. But why do we think this way? The confusion comes from verses like 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. But listen carefully. It does not say that money is bad, but rather the disordered love for it. The problem is not, it is money. The problem is when money takes the place of God. Now, investing is not loving money. It is wisely managing the resources that God gave you. What is investing really? Investing is not gambling. Investing is not coveting. Investing is, check, putting your resources to work, multiplying what God has put in your hands, being a responsible manager. Jesus himself spoke to us about investment, and no, it's not an exaggeration. The parable of the talents. Matthew 25:14-30. Jesus tells us a story about a master who goes away and leaves 3 servants with talents. This was a form of money at the time. To the first, he gives 5 talents, and he multiplies them. To the second, he gives 2, and he also multiplies them. To the third, he gives 1, and he buries it out of fear. When the master returns, he rewards the first 2, and rebukes the one who did nothing with his talent. Do you realize? Jesus does not condemn the one who multiplied the money. He condemns the one who did nothing with what he had. Investing is not only allowed, it is biblical when done with purpose and wisdom. Wisdom and prudence in investments. Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. The Bible does not command you to live in poverty to be spiritual. It calls you to be prudent. Investing wisely is to foresee the future, to take care of your family, to not depend on anyone. It is to have what to bless others with. We are not talking about enriching yourself out of ego. We are talking about financial freedom to better serve the kingdom of God. But not everything is rosy. The Bible also warns, in Luke 12:15, beware of all greed. How can you know if your investment is healthy? Ask yourself these questions. Am I investing to serve God or to feed my ego? Do I depend more on my investments than on God? Am I willing to lose everything and continue trusting in Him? If your answers point to the kingdom, you are on the right track. If not, stay away. Examples of biblical testimonies of wealth with purpose. Who said that men of God cannot be good stewards? The Bible is full of examples of people who handled resources wisely without losing their faith, and from them, we can learn practical lessons for our day-to-day life. Abraham, the friend of God, and a man of great wealth, Genesis 13:2 says, and Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. But Abraham did not depend on his wealth. He depended on God. That is why, when there was conflict with his nephew Lot, he did not fight for land. He trusted that God would bless him wherever he was. Wealth itself is not bad. Abraham was very rich, but he was also called the friend of God. What matters is not how much you have, but whether your heart continues to honor God every day. Trust more in your relationship with God than in your income. Do the right thing, even if it means losing a short-term opportunity. The blessing of God is not based on location, but in obedience. Joseph in Egypt, the crisis manager. Joseph not only interpreted dreams, he managed the food of an entire nation. Genesis 41 shows us how he saved during times of abundance to face the years of scarcity. Save while you can. Do not spend everything when times are good. Prepare for the future with wisdom and faith. A Christian does not live in fear, but with foresight. Solomon, the wise millionaire. Solomon asked for wisdom, and God gave him riches too. Why? Because his priority was to govern well the people of God. 2 Chronicles 1:11-12. Because this was in your heart, wisdom and knowledge are granted to you, and I will also give you riches, goods, and glory. Solomon could have asked for riches, but he asked for wisdom. And because his heart was in the right place, God not only gave him wisdom, but also abundant provision. Today, many seek money first, and then look for God when problems arise. But if you do what Solomon did, seek wisdom first, the rest will come as a bonus. Order matters. First God, then provision. Because true wealth is not what you have, but what you know how to do with what God gives you. Ask for wisdom before riches. Money without direction destroys. But with wisdom, it becomes a tool to bless many. In conclusion, Abraham taught us to trust, Joseph to foresee, Solomon to ask for what is right. You can also live with a heart surrendered to God and still manage your finances well. It's not just about how much you have, but how you use it and to whom your heart belongs. They all managed great resources, but with a heart surrendered to God. How to invest like a Christian today. Invest ethically. Do not engage in unjust businesses. Diversify, be wise, learn. Ecclesiastes 11:2. Invest in 7 or even 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Learn, seek counsel, pray before moving your money, and above all, invest with eternal purpose. Your purpose goes beyond money. You were created with a value that is not measured in bank accounts or material possessions. Money is just a tool, not the destination. God designed you with an eternal purpose, to impact lives, reflect His love, and live with integrity, generosity, and faith. When you understand this, the focus shifts. You no longer work just to earn more, but to serve better, grow spiritually, and fulfill your calling with purpose and direction. God did not call you to survive. He called you to manage with excellence. Your finances can be an instrument of freedom, peace, and a blessing for others. Your investment can finance missions. It can build churches. It can help orphans, widows, and entire families. Do not be afraid to grow. Be afraid of not using what God has given you. Today, you have discovered that investing is not only not bad, it is part of your calling as a child of God. Invest wisely, multiply with purpose. And remember to never forget that your treasure is in heaven. But while you are on earth, be a good steward. Subscribe right now for more videos like these. Here we talk about money fearlessly, with faith and purpose. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. See you in the next episode of Finances with Purpose.